If you're a bow hunter like me, you know how quickly your fortunes can change from pure elation to almost total depression. And that's kind of what happened on this day, and is actually way too warm for anything to happen, or so I was thinking. But then the big buck showed up.
The message of the Holy Scriptures is absurd, and the life of the Messiah is meaningless, unless we believe that he walked perfection, and that he died for my substitution, that his resurrection is no illusion.
So I made my way out to the ranch with my wife and son in order to try to fix my wife's truck that was broke down out there. And then I was out in the blind for about 45 minutes, and this big boy showed up kind of following this little doe that may be coming into heat late. And watch what she does. She ends up leaving. I was busy trying to take some video of this big buck, and then I was going to shoot him. But then I waited too long, and guess what he did? He starts walking out. So watch this play out.
I think that's a dead deer. I think these stupid bushes wouldn't let it focus, and I couldn't stop. He was about 28 yards. Hit him a little high, but I think that's a dead deer. Oh yeah, that was a good deer. That was a good buck. That was a good buck. I couldn't tell if he had any brow tines or not. Oh my goodness. I couldn't get that thing to focus, and I couldn't make any noise. I'm sorry guys, but man, I was gonna pass that one up. Well guys, I did an initial look out here, finding absolutely no blood at all.
So what I initially thought was a really good shot turned out to be actually a terrible shot. Which actually, when I played this over and over and over, I walked for 7.5 miles, not including the amount that my wife and son walked trying to find this buck, doing zigzags with the GPS. But when I played this video over and over and over again, you can notice that it went right over the top of his shoulder and hit him in the scruff of the neck, which is not going to be a kill shot. In fact, I am convinced that this deer is going to live, and so hopefully we'll get him next year because our buck season's over. Feel free to post your comment, but please remember this is a family channel, so respect me and also my viewers as well and the comments they may make. But here's the mistake I made. The mistake is very simple. I had ranged that spot where he was many times, and I knew it was 27-28 yards to that buck, and for some reason my mind was saying 30-yard pin, 30-yard pin, and sure enough I used my 30-yard pin, and it hit him right in the scruff of the neck, which there's nothing vital there to kill a deer. So I'm sure I'll see this deer later on down the road.
Oh, we just got in the blind. It's an evening hunt. It's really, really warm. Way too warm, but there's a lot of deer out. I was coming back in after taking my wife's truck to the automotive shop. And coming in, I got in too late to the blind. It's a little after 4 p.m. And I scared probably 35, 40 turkey out of here. They were all sitting, roosting in the trees back behind here. Not roosting, but milling around. And it was like every plane in the airport took off at the same time. But anyways, I could have got me a turkey probably if I'd been sitting here all day. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Sit back and relax, and hopefully we'll get something down tonight. Maybe a big axis. We're still looking for a big buck. Haven't got one down yet, but still looking. Got about a week left of whitetail season, or whitetail buck season. Then we go into the doe and spike season. But let's hope we get some down. I'm going to be quiet because it's late already. I'm going to sit down. And I hope you enjoy this hunt. Thanks for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal.
So almost right away my 8-point buddy showed up. This is a buck I've passed up several times, maybe 5 or 6 times by now I've passed up. And I'm not going to shoot him this year. And I'm hoping my neighbors don't shoot him as well. Someone already tried to shoot him a couple of episodes ago. Actually showed him where he was shot underneath between his front legs. But he healed up fine. And then I got out in the blind the next morning, and I had the spike and doe show up. And as they were feeding under the feeder there, at least the doe was, the feeder went off. Watch what happens. Didn't take her long, but she made her way back around the backside by the spike, or around the backside of the spike, and then came back to the food. I was going to take a doe if the opportunity presented itself, but I didn't want to shoot this one because this doe is obviously not a mature doe. Probably a yearling maybe. But then these big doe showed up, a couple of mature doe in this group. And so I just let them settle down. It was, of course, towards the end of rifle season. They're really, really weary. And so it took a while for me to get settled in and the doe to get settled in before I could even get my bow off the hook to make the shot. But finally I did. That's going to be a dead deer. Wow. I settled that bead right there. Complete pass through. I can see the arrow right there. Yeah. Second doe of the season. It's about a week away from the end of hunting season, at least for the bucks. And these deer are really, really weary. It took me forever to get into a position to shoot them. Just quiet, very quiet. Put that doe's down. Yeah, we got a complete pass-through.
That's going to be a dead deer for sure. She's going to be right over there. I'm pretty positive it was a double lung. That's a nice bloody arrow. You can see it right there. Yeah, nice pass through. Alright guys, we got lots of blood over here, so let's go see if we can find it. Right there on that post. Lots of good blood kind of spraying everywhere. Sorry guys, I don't have anybody to trail this with me, but I'm finding blood about every 10, 15 feet. Little specks and then also a few drops. No one there. She had to do this thick stuff, but I'm pretty sure we'll find her. It was a good shot. Ran the video back and looked at it, so give you an update when I can, because I can't handle the camera and get through all this thick stuff at the same time. So alright guys, we got ourselves a trophy doe here. That shot, I actually lost blood about probably about 50 yards out, and I could not find any more blood. It's just frustrating, and so I looked and I searched all around this area here, walked right by her 2 or 3 times and because she's only 50 yards or so, maybe 40 yards from the last 35-40 yards from the last blood. So I went back, got my GPS to do the walking and trekking, and I looked at the shot back on my computer in the cabin, and it looked a little high, and I thought, oh boy, here we go, trying to find this deer. I knew she was going to be dead because it was right in the sweet spot, but it's angling down, so it came right in the top of her, the sweet spot, and then came out the backside way low. So good shot. Lots of blood, like the last 15-20 feet, right where she finally died, and there's just blood everywhere right here after she fell over. But she just decided to stop bleeding for about 30-40 yards, about 30 yards, and then had to find her in the trees here. But I just started doing some circles with my GPS, actually some zigzags with my GPS, and one trek out and then the other trek back to this point, because I thought she would have moved this direction, and found her right here about 35-40 yards from the last blood. Well, I hope you enjoyed that hunt. Thank you for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. Our season is almost over as far as the buck season goes. This is our second doe of the year, and our first really true mature deer, doe that is. And I don't know if we'll be shooting anymore. The deer numbers are down this year, and we're seeing it in the blind this year, so we will probably stop here. Maybe one more doe. We're slated to take, as far as the ranch wide goes, 4 doe for the year, and we've taken 2. So we might take one more, but I doubt any more than that. But we'll see what happens during the doe and spike season. Thanks for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. Be sure and give us a thumbs up, subscribe. If you like what you see, go back and see our other videos, as well as any future hunts we're going to have. Just subscribe, and we'll get you notices to make sure you can see those videos. Thanks for watching.